What's going on, America? Charlie Kirk's assassin is in court, and yes, the death penalty is the only way to go. Also, the mainstream media is a bunch of evil, satanic cult members that quite literally are romanticizing Charlie Kirk's murderer. You heard me right. It's quite sickening and it's disgusting. This episode is brought to you by our good friends at Blackout Coffee, this sweet nectar
of the gods
that keeps me going during these times. Go to blackoutcoffee.com/Graham. Promo code Graham is going to save you 20%. Go to blackoutcoffee.com/Graham right now. Okay, let's get business out of the way. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. There's a lot of things, factual things that we know, and then there's a lot of things stirring up online that we're going to talk about and address as best as I can. And I also am kind of pissed off this morning. So go ahead and tighten up your booty holes because I've got some things to say. But I need you to do me a huge favor right now as we continue to seek justice for my friend Charlie. I need you to hit that like button right now. The more you hit the like button, more people see this video after the live show. So hit the like button, hit that repost button, and let's get some American flags blowing up in the chat right now for my friend Charlie Kirk. I'm going to introduce everybody's favorite redneck while I go turn the air off because I forgot again, Hot Seat Todd is here.
And if you think for a second that I'm fixing to not just make y'all look at an empty chair because, yeah, it's his fault, but completely off topic.
I love how you refuse to go to a solo shot of yourself just to let people see that I'm having to get up and turn the air off.
So completely off topic, but ladies, I have a question. Why is it when we, the men, wake up before you, we tiptoe around and make sure everything's cool, but when you wake up, like it's like being in the middle of a brass band? Why y'all do that?
Because that's the way of life, Todd. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead. First of all, we're gonna show a little things. There's some. I want more people to come in here before I talk about my heart about some things a little bit. Let's go in.
Apparently, Rumble's having some trouble.
I don't think Rumble's having trouble.
It's not on mine, but I'm seeing a lot of chats in there, not working on TV, not working on phone, buffering.
I don't know. Hit refresh. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Things are running smooth on this end. Everybody can hear me. There's American flags in the chat. And so anyway, all right. Let's go ahead and show this. I'm going to show this Cory Booker meltdown here for a minute. Cash Patel absolutely owns Spartacus in this moment.
I don't think
what?
That's just a disrespect to Spartacus.
Oh, okay. Well, no, he called himself Spartacus. That's why we all call him Spartacus, because he was so many years ago. He goes, "This is my Spartacus moment," and then ever since then, we all make fun of him as Spartacus. Like I forgot that happened before your tenure in politics started. Yeah. Okay, all right.
That happened before my tenure.
All right, everybody's saying, there's people saying this word. Here we go.
Want to say anything?
Yes, sir. That rant of false information does not bring this country together. If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
If you want to talk about
dividing this country,
it is my time.
I follow you on your social media posts that
it
tears
is my
this country
time
apart.
to address your falsehoods.
Oh,
you are an
you can try all
to the
you
division
want
in this country.
to not take responsibility for what
you
have said.
Time.
Sir, you're
your
making a mockery of this committee. Sir, you don't tell me my time is over.
You
the
know
people of New Jersey tell me what my time is. You can't lecture me.
You can tell me my time's over.
You may be the charge of the
I'm not going anywhere.
I am not afraid of you.
Mr. Chairman.
Not afraid of you.
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
Senator Booker, I announced at the beginning of this meeting that this back and forth talking over each other doesn't work. And I said if that happened, I asked Patel not to respond, and I was going to give him some time after the senator's time was up to respond. And he has the privilege to do that uninterrupted.
Mr. Chairman, one point of order.
Go ahead, Mr.
I've
Patel.
watched him talk over us, and you've never once criticized him.
Oh, my gosh. Shut
for
your
not even
whiny
getting our
mouth, you
questions out.
bald Dr.
God.
Evil with melanin in your skin. Shut up! Shut See, Cash Patel's so much better than me. I'd be like this.
I swear.
I'd be doing that the whole time. I couldn't do it. I would be throwing pin. I'd have 100. I'd have a pack of pins right here, and I'd be shucking it at him the entire time.
Can we just agree at this point, like, these hearings are completely and totally useless. They ask
Stupid,
a question,
useless stuff, man.
And when you try to answer said question, they start going, blah, 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 no talking, blah, 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 blah. I would get up and walk out. I'm just like, I'm out, y'all. See you.
And I know I'm doing the Trump hands. Okay, I'm sorry. Look, I've got a mic stand here, and I've got a very limited.
I know.
Spot,
I catch myself doing it all the time.
All right. People are like, why are you doing the Trump hands? Because I've got like a 12-inch radius to like do this thing. I got to fit in this box. All right. I don't understand why the chairman of the committee, it doesn't have a switchboard right
just
here.
cut you off.
And just turn his freaking mic off. Just boom. Nope, you're done. Shut your stupid mouth.
Because then you'll get a cane pointed at you and no.
Okay, all right, but let's keep going. We've got more. Cash stood in the fire yesterday. So can we get some flags for Cash? Can we just do that? Can we get some American flags in the chat for Cash Patel? Because look, actually, I had a cop email me yesterday, an investigator. I don't want to give out any more things like that. He's a special investigator for police department. It might have been federal. I don't know, but he wrote in support of me.
Okay. I thought he was going to tell you something really bad. I was like,
in support of me and to the moron that said that the FBI didn't do anything. They just released a photo and the dad did everything. And he put it out. He was like, Graham, I know that you're not a cop, so you don't know exactly how this works. So let me tell you why you're right. And then, I'm automatically going to read that email.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, all right, let's
tell me, brother. Tell me.
Say more, sir. Anyway, he basically told me that, yes, obviously someone turning somebody in is a major thing that they've done investigations for forever. However, that is not enough to actually put handcuffs on the person. Be like, that's him. That's him. I know
that's him.
Go
I know it.
and so that's not enough. Ergo, the FBI actually has to do a lot of very quick police work to gather these little things we call evidence, and put him in cuffs. And so again, I stand by it. I'm thankful to Cash Patel and Dan Bongino, so I stand by it. Anyway, let's keep going. I want to show, first of all, okay, this woman is a fat blob, all right? And yes, I said it, okay? I mean, she is looking like the green ghost from Ghostbusters in this clip right here.
Not Slimer.
Okay? And or Flubber. One of the two, however you want to go about it, all right? She can barely speak English. Let's just be honest. She can barely speak English. This chick is a nightmare. And this is her basically accusing Cash Patel of, I guess, sexism because he has put a higher standard PT test for the FBI, which includes a certain type of pull-up. I would venture to say, I don't know what this is. Is it a dead hang pull-up? Is that what it is?
Man, I don't know.
Because that's what a lot of women have problems with, a true dead hang, you got to pull yourself up, pull up. A lot of people will let you do like this, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like the Marine Corps and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure you got to do the dead hang and then pull yourself straight up kind of thing. I'm not positive. I'm not in the FBI. Either way, this chick's got a problem with our FBI agents being made to do pull-ups. If you believe, even as female agents, you should be able to do a pull-up, comment yes or no, but listen to...
Again, just another example to show you why these hearings are useless. We're talking about pull-ups.
One more thing. This looks like the Halloween version of the Pillsbury Doughboy. That's all I'm saying. Just one more. I had to get it out of my system. I'm done. Play the clip. Play the clip. Let's go.
Move on to my... you've been asked some questions about changes to your hiring standard, and including college degrees and possibly the age. But one question I had is that you are now requiring applicants to be able to do a certain kind of pull-ups, which a lot of women cannot because of physiological differences. Are you requiring these kinds of pull-ups?
We are requiring a physical program at BFTC at Quantico because FBI agents carrying guns in the field have to chase down bad guys and do really hard work. The physical fitness standards of those agents
So are
being
you requiring
appropriately
these
assessed.
kinds of pull-ups?
We are requiring everybody to pass the 1811 standards at BFTC. If you want to chase down a bad guy
Excuse me.
and put
the
him in
reason I
handcuffs, you
asked-
better be able to do a pull-up.
The reason I ask is that there are concerns about whether or not being able to do these kinds of harsh pull-ups is really required of FBI agents.
Doing
Anyway,
one pull-up
Mr.
is not
Patel,
harsh,
I
and there are
am
always
greatly
medical
concerned.
exemptions to that.
One pull-up?
I'm
That's the thing?
Yeah.
One? You want to be an FBI agent, but you can't do one pull-up?
Pull up.
Singular. Uno pull-up. Uno pull-up you can't do? Uno? Uno pull-up.
Look, that's funny and that's hilarious, but my biggest question about this is when did a Democrat just admit that men are stronger than women? I thought that was the whole premise of
These people that lead our country are retarded.
They are retarded,
These
man.
people, first of all, look. The person that was leading it, that was getting on to Cory Booker, God bless him for it, but he was 194 years old.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, he
and now
was.
you've got fat Chewbacca's mom over there talking about pull-ups that looks like the worst booger you've ever seen. Like, I can't do it, man. This whole thing. All right, this is Kash Patel owning Adam Schiff, shifty liar face, Schiff. He's full of Schiff. Here we go. Play it.
No, I think the American people believe the truth, that I'm not in the weeds on the everyday movements of
you're not in
inmates.
the weeds?
What I am doing is
most-
protecting this country, providing historic reform, and combating the weaponization of intelligence by the likes of you. And we have countlessly proven you to be a liar in Russiagate, in January 6th. You are the biggest fraud to ever sit in the United States Senate. You are a disgrace to this institution and an utter coward.
Get him, Cash. Get him, Cash.
I'm not surprised that you continue to lie from your perch and put on a show so you can go raise money for your charade. You are a political buffoon at best. Take it to the bank that the FBI is protecting this country and the state and citizens of California.
Bring the heat, baby. Bring it.
Point of order. But all you care about is a child sex predator that was prosecuted by a prior administration, and the Obama Justice Department and the Biden Justice Department did squat. And what did President Trump do? Bring new charges courageously. And what have we done?
Chairman,
You said
take
I'm the
control
most
of this
transparent FBI director in history. 33,000 pages of information to you. I challenge you to say anything credibly to the truth. Go ahead and run to the cameras where you want to go next.
Bring the pain,
No.
Cash. Bring the pain. Can we get some
Dude,
fire
I'm
in the
telling you, man.
in chat?
I'm telling you.
Can we get some fire emojis in the chat? That's what I'm talking about. That would be me. If I was
Yes.
FBI director, I'd be like, let me tell you about your lack of a neck, the fact your wife's sleeping with 87 other people just to feel like she's with a man. Let's talk about it, Adam Schiff. Let's talk about it. You want to go? You want to go? Like, I would be like, oh, goodness. Goodness. She watches Supernatural just so she can feel like she knows what it might feel like to be with a real man. Like, I just... Lord help us. All right, this is him talking about new information about Charlie Kirk's assassination. So let's bring it back down to seriousness for a moment. This is a big deal. This is him and Josh Hawley having a conversation. Let's play it.
It's done in this investigation. Is the FBI investigating the Kirk assassination as part of this broader pattern of anti-religious, anti-Christian violence?
We are investigating Charlie's assassination fully and completely and running out every lead related to any allegation of broader violence, and we're producing results on that we'll disclose when appropriate.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Let me just ask you a few questions about that if I could. Sure. Reports have suggested that the FBI is investigating a broader network of groups that may have had some knowledge of the shooter's plans. Can you give us any details on that, following up what you already said in public? How's the FBI working to find other potential accomplices, folks who may have known about the shooter's plans, folks who may have encouraged him? Any update on any of that?
So in terms of what we do for an interrogation perspective, we go and reach out to the family and community immediately. And we've conducted those investigations and interrogations with local law enforcement, and we're continuing to do that because those closest to the suspect are going to hopefully know the most about the suspect and his beliefs and his ideology. On top of that, unfortunately, it has been leaked that there was a Discord chat, and for those unfamiliar with it, it's a gaming chat room online that the suspect participated in. So what we're doing, we've already done, is serve legal process, not just on Discord, so that the information we gathered is sustained and held in a evidentiary posture that we could use in prosecution should it be decided to do so. And we're also going to be investigating anyone and everyone involved in that Discord chat.
Okay, very good. I see the public reports that the Discord thread had as many as 20 additional users. It sounds like you're trying to run down all of that to see if that's accurate, who else may have been on that thread, what they may have known. Is that fair to say?
It's a lot more than that. We're running them all down.
It's a lot more than
All right,
20.
pause.
Yes,
So
sir.
there you go. Kash
And
Patel confirms in front of a Senate committee that there is a lot more than 20 people that were involved and or had prior knowledge to the assassination of Charlie. I, again, will not rest until we find out who these disgusting human beings are. All right, there's a lot of people in here now. There's almost 22,000 of you in the first 16 minutes. So hit that like button for me. The more that you hit the like button, the more people see this. I've got a couple things that I want to say.
Ding,
because
ding.
Ding, ding, exactly. And go ahead and tighten up your booty holes because this is Graham talking to you as Graham for a moment. I have received probably 1,000 go F yourself, you Zionist, Mossad, blah, 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 all this other kind of stuff, because I dared share a post from Rob McCoy last night. Rob McCoy, if those of you who don't know, has been Charlie's pastor, but more or so, he's been Charlie's like most trusted like faith advocate. That's Rob McCoy. Okay, so Rob McCoy, hang on. I'm just going to read it. Uno momento, por favor, if I may do this. Rob McCoy. So Rob McCoy puts this out, and he says, here we go. This was the post, and everybody was like, don't you think it's weird he didn't put it out himself? He did put it out. Riri, it's right here, first of all. Okay, I don't understand that. But anyway, it says this. Charlie Kirk was my friend, and I was his pastor. I want to simply say this regarding Candace Owens. Charlie Kirk was a friend to Candace and never publicly spoke poorly of her, though he did disagree with her. He never operated nor entertained gossip or innuendo concerning Candace. My only comment I offer regarding Candace is this. I only wish at this tragic time of mourning, she would be the friend to Charlie that he was to her. He would never have treated Candace or her family in such a way had, God forbid, this tragedy been her. A friend loves at all times, Proverbs 17:17. That was it. He put that out. I shared it in my stories. I thought it was very good. He wasn't trash talking Candace. He wasn't saying Candace is a conspiracy theorist. He wasn't saying that Candace is a lunatic. He wasn't saying anything. He just said, we haven't even put the man in the ground yet. So I want to say, I want to say this. How do I want to word this here? There was a clip that everybody's using to like prove that Charlie was fixing to turn on Israel from a Megyn Kelly show where he simply said that it infuriates him that he can't ask questions or that he can't make statements or that he can't think things out in real time. You see, the problem that we have as people that do what we do is I think a lot of you forget that unlike most of you, I knew Charlie. Charlie was a friend of mine. Me and Charlie, literally, I have texts from Tyler Boyer saying, tell people the real stories of how we had to all grind together before everybody knew who Turning Point was, who Charlie was, who I was, everything. That was all of us. And you guys are asking us to know truth from this, from that, from this, conspiracy to this, and blah, 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 from my friend who died a week ago today. I haven't had one moment to grieve since this happened. Not one. Not one moment to grieve, not one moment to think, not one moment to, how do I do more? How do I do more to help pick up the overwhelming weight of responsibility that Charlie Kirk has left us? How do I do that? I haven't even had a moment to prepare or process all of this stuff, but you guys have the nerve to write us, those of us who actually knew Charlie, and we are here in front of the mic, in front of all of you every day, and I'm telling you, I don't have all the answers. Here's the other thing that pisses me off, and I tweeted it this morning, and I hope that if you're on X that you go and you read it, and you tweet it yourself, and I'm going to read exactly what I wrote. This orchestrated infighting of who gets to claim Charlie Kirk is pissing me off. Oh, what does Israel claim Charlie Kirk? Does Turning Point claim Charlie Kirk? Does America First? Does MAGA? Does the Catholics get to claim him? Do Protestants get to claim him? Shut up. Charlie belonged in order to God, Erica, and his children. In that order. Everything else after the first three is interchangeable. 4 through 1,000 is interchangeable. Maybe 4 at the moment is the presidential election for Charlie. Or maybe 4 was his campus tour. Or maybe 4 was his health. Like, who knows? Like those can change intermittent. But 1 through 3 are non-negotiable if you are a Christian married man with kids. Number 1 is God. Number 2 is his wife. And number 3 is his children. That's who gets to claim Charlie. And number 1 claimed him a week ago. I don't have all the answers for you guys right now. And I'm sick of people writing me, and this is me just being honest with you guys for a minute. I am sick of you writing me, telling me just because I'm not saying that Candace Owens is telling the truth, or I'm not saying this, or I'm not saying that I'm bought and paid for, when I have to step in front of this microphone and in front of this camera and keep doing this show when the majority of you wouldn't be able to still do it. And I'm trying my best to fight and look for the truth, bring you guys the truth as I know it. Because see, unlike others, I don't do the whole conspiracy thing. I just don't. I don't talk to you about it until I'm at least 90% sure. I just don't. That's not who I am. I'm not the person that's going to be like, so-and-so said this, and Israel killed Charlie Kirk, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, my bad. Maybe I jumped the gun early on that. That's not me. It's not who I am. There would be no Graham Allen without Charlie Kirk. You guys don't have the memories of Charlie like I do. Like I said yesterday, when I couldn't figure something out, Charlie was one of the few people that I would reach out to. If this hadn't have been Charlie, he would be the one that I would be texting right now. Be like, hey, what the crap do we do here? None of you understand that part. And this isn't just me. This is the pressure you're putting on everyone that knew Charlie. Everybody, you're putting it on everyone. Kash Patel is sitting there and getting crucified. Kash Patel and Charlie Kirk were friends too. I'm having conversations with the Secretary of War. He was friends with Charlie Kirk too. Every single one of us is hurting, but yet we have these jobs that we have to do that puts us in these places where you judge us and you're not feeling what we feel, not in the way that we feel it. Most people get to grieve. Most people get to do that. We don't. We're here. And the last thing I'm going to say is this, and then we'll get into to the stuff today. And this goes to the churches. And I need you to share this video and like this video right now, because and when I make this statement, I'm well aware that there were a lot of churches that claimed exactly what Charlie Kirk was, and that was a martyr for the faith. And that's Protestant and Catholic churches that did it. I've had a lot of pastoral friends that have sent me voice memos, sent me text messages, and I don't believe that it comes from a place of bad or cowardice or whatever. I believe that they have been so ingrained to this weak Christianity that it's what they believe. And they send me messages talking about, Graham, I'm praying for you. Now you have the opportunity to spread the word of Jesus and to help unify the country and to help this and to help that. And the more and more I think about it, the more and more upset I get about it. Because I'm not a pastor. I'm not a priest. Why are you putting your job onto me? Why aren't you doing it? Why are so many people in pastoral positions, either pastor or priest or reverend or whatever, Brother Bill or whatever it is, church that you go to? Why do they put the responsibility on us to say that Charlie Kirk was a martyr for the faith? He was killed in cold blood in a planned multi-person assassination because of his faith and boldly proclaiming the truth of the Word of God, which is anti-transgender, by the way. Why is it on us? Why are you writing me privately saying that I have this amazing moment and God has called me for this moment to do this? What about you? You're the pastor. You're the priest. You're the reverend. Isn't that your calling? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Aren't you the one that I'm supposed to be going to? So many of this is backwards, man. And it's disgusting to me. It's disgusting to me. I was Charlie Kirk's best friend. No. I was Charlie Kirk's best friend. No. I knew him. No. I talked to him last. Shut up. We haven't even put the man in the ground yet. His family is being torn all across everywhere. People are already attacking Erica, who is the nicest woman that I have, outside of my wife, that I have ever met. And you're just now hearing about Erica for the first time. It's crazy. Everybody's digging into Charlie's personal life. People are posting photos that they took of Charlie at Mass. Like all this other kind of stuff. Like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Yes, Erica's Catholic. Everybody knows that. That's what's crazy to me. Like, you're just now figuring that out. You obviously didn't know Charlie Kirk very well, did you? And then so many people are saying, like, Charlie Kirk was fixing to become Catholic. Okay, so what? So what? Stuff like that, man. I can't. You guys want from us what none of you would do. And you forget that Charlie was our friend, and we watched him bleed out the same as you, except we knew him. You guys ask too much, and you guys want too many answers too quickly. We're having to grieve. We're having to still get in front of this microphone and this camera for you guys every day to tell you what we know. And then people get mad at me for not 1,000,000% buying into what they believe happened. in real time. What kind of crazy sense does that make? And then you're also forgetting the fact that, oh, by the way, Turning Point, even though a miracle is happening, they still have so much crap they have to figure out. Oh my gosh. You guys have no idea what is fixing to have to take place to figure out who is going to get Turning Point USA, Turning Point Faith, Turning Point Action, the tours, Charlie's show on TBN, Charlie Kirk show on pod, just to keep it going for the next 12 months. Do you have any idea? Turning Point USA has over 1,000 employees, all with families. There's so much to figure out, and you guys are yelling at me because I shared a post from Charlie's known pastor? I'm just saying, remember for 5 seconds that the people that you watch in front of this camera and on your screens, we are people too, and everyone in government knows Charlie Kirk on the Republican side. Every Christian conservative has at least had an interaction with Charlie, and there's a few of us who have known Charlie since the very beginning. And I realize Candace is one of those people, and she's saying what she says. I don't know if it's true. Would I be doing a service to you guys who expect me to tell you the truth when I heard Candace say the same things you heard Candace say? I haven't seen any of these text messages. I don't know. So how can I in good faith come in here and go, this is right or this is wrong? Bill Ackman, all these people, I haven't seen these things that even Candace has alluded she's not revealing all her stuff yet. So you guys want me to pick a side? No. Right now, I'm doing the best I can to bring you the information about my friend who was brutally martyred in front of the world a week ago today. And I refuse to just do what people expect me to do, because I would like to see you do it. That's it. That's my personal rant for today.
It was a good one. I gotta say that as a listener of that, and also as your friend, I was proud of every word. I mean, because I think at this point everybody kind of needs to know where we all stand, even if we don't give a piss about the subject, which we don't. I can promise you, we don't care who Charlie was with and who he wasn't with. We don't care about what church he belonged to, because at the end of the day, none of that matters. Like none of it. Not a bit of it. And to the pastors that won't call Charlie Kirk a murderer, well, a few thousand years ago, there was this man. His name was Stephen. And just like Charlie, he never physically met Jesus during Jesus' ministry. Never laid eyes on him, never shook his hand, never hugged him, nothing. The only thing Stephen knew about Jesus was what Peter told him, just like Charlie. And he was preaching in a church or a synagogue, and some people decided that they were going to go to the Sadducees and they were going to tell lies about him. Is this story sounding familiar? That they were going to tell lies about Stephen. And for that, the Sadducees drug him outside of the edge of town and threw rocks at him until he died. Well, that's Stephen in the book of Acts, and you don't mind talking about him being a martyr. I don't see any differences between or parallels between these two stories.
Yep, I agree. All right, let's get into our next sponsor, and then we're going to get into all the developments that we have. All right, and again, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to please support the sponsors that support us. Protect your family by protecting your money. Simply text the word DEAR, that's DEAR, to 989898 right now. Our good friends at Birch Gold are now offering a up to $10,000 boom on top of what you invest into gold, silver, and precious metals. Gold is on track. It's already hit a record high, but some are predicting it can hit up to $5,000. So now's the time. Free information is vital information. What do you have to lose? Support the companies that support us and keep us on the air. Please consider texting the word DEAR, that's DEAR, to 989898 right now, so Birch Gold can call you up, figure out where you live so they can send you a free 25-page information kit. And right now, if you invest your money or your savings into gold, silver, precious metals. They will match up to $10,000 in precious metals. So what are you waiting for? Text the word DEAR. That's DEAR to 989898 right now. Okay, let's get into all of the stuff, and we're just gonna roll through these things here. This is the first thing. So the old man that was originally thought to be the shooter. You guys remember this guy? You know, it went everywhere. Everybody thought that this was the original guy. It turns out that this man, and this is even more crazy. This is a 71-year-old man who was in the audience on a college campus, who was arrested at Charlie Kirk's UVU event. And he says he told the cops he shot Charlie to distract the police so the real shooter could escape. Quote, "I shot him, now shoot me." That's what he was saying. He was charged with obstruction of justice and second-degree felony.
That wasn't all he was charged with. They also found a whole bunch of child pornography at his house.
Good. I hope he's buried under the prison for the rest of his life. What kind of sick human being? Think about it. Again, you don't believe that we're fighting.
Sick.
You don't believe that we're fighting against demons here? Ladies and gentlemen, one, you find pornography in this guy's thing, but two, you see Charlie get his freaking neck shot off. And your thought is, I'm going to say that I did
the shooter,
so the shooter can get away.
Man,
if you believe he should be buried underneath the prison, comment yes or no in the chat. Okay, let's go. So, is this a video or is this just a thing?
Yeah,
all right, let's play this video. It's 3 minutes, but it's worth it. Let's go.
I am charged with bringing justice for those who are harmed. I am charged with bringing justice for Charlie Kirk. I am committed to these aims. I take this responsibility seriously. Today, after reviewing the evidence that law enforcement has collected thus far, I am filing a criminal information charging Tyler James Robinson, age 22, with the following crimes. Count 1, aggravated murder, a capital offense, for intentionally or knowingly causing the death of Charlie Kirk under circumstances that created a great risk of death to others. Count 2, felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury, a first-degree felony. The state is further alleging aggravating factors on counts 1 and 2 because the defendant is believed to have targeted Charlie Kirk based on Charlie Kirk's political expression and did so knowing that children were present and would witness the homicide. The state is also charging defendant with count 3, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony for moving and concealing the rifle used in the shooting. Count 4, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony for disposing the clothing he wore during the shooting. Count 5, witness tampering, a third-degree felony for directing his roommate to delete his incriminating texts. Count 6, witness tampering, a third-degree felony for directing his roommate to stay silent if police questioned him. And count 7, commission of a violent offense in the presence of a child, a Class A misdemeanor, for committing homicide knowing that children were present and may have seen or heard the murder and did so based on Charlie Kirk's political expression. Also, following the press conference, I am filing a notice of intent to seek the death penalty.
there it is.
Can
I
we
do
get
not
some
take this
American
decision
flags right
lightly.
there? Just pause it. That's all I wanted to hear. The death penalty is the only option on the table. Charlie Kirk deserves righteous justice, and that righteous justice is the death penalty and nothing else. 100% he deserves the death penalty. And I hope that we bring back the first public execution in 80 some odd years. I want to just go to the text transcripts. This is him reading it. I just want to go to the next one. The full transcripts of Tyler Robinson's messages after Charlie Kirk assassination. Quote, some hate can't be negotiated out. His roommate, and I love how they're saying his roommate, his lover, right, his transgender lover said, what? You're joking, right? Robinson then says, quote, I am still okay, my love, but I am stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. A little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I got to grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you, roommate or lover. Quote, you weren't the one who did it, right? Robinson then says, I'm sorry. And then it said, then his lover says, I thought they caught the person. And then Robinson says, no, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Roommate or lover, why? Robinson, why did I do it? Lover, yeah, Robinson, here we go. I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. His lover then says, how long have you been planning this? Robinson, a bit over a week, I believe. I can't get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. Okay, you get the point. Right, so somebody ran this whole thing into Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Now this stuff, I'm not buying it. Who writes all this stuff?
Thank you. I was just fixing to say, look.
If you're literally hiding, like trying to get your right, who's writing paragraphs?
Bro, I have 22-year-olds. They don't text like this. Now, I will say, if they were just not interpreting but translating the text and putting in old people English so we could understand it, fine. They didn't say that. A 22-year-old don't text like this. And for me, if this is what they found, I'm not saying Tyler's not the shooter. I'm pretty confident he is. But I'm saying that little dude that's still alive has a lot more to do, because that sounds like a legit, hey, we need to exchange these texts so they know you had nothing to do with it.
Somebody ran it through Chat GPT and said, does this sound like a normal human interaction? And Chat GPT even said, no, it doesn't seem like, it seems almost like AI wrote this stuff too, it's something about it. It's too incriminating of Robinson and too keeping his lover clean. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it's
oh
weird.
My God. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
goodness gracious.
Yeah. Holy gravy. Like, sweetheart.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Gosh, good golly, mister.
Yeah.
Like,
it reads like a bad romance novel. I just,
Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one here. This is
disgusting.
Just play it first and we'll talk about it. This is ABC talking about the text. And it's pretty disgusting. Let's just play it. Here we go.
We have seen an alleged murder with such specific text messages about the alleged murder weapon, where it was hidden, how it was placed, what was on it, but also it was very touching in a way that I think many of us didn't expect. A very intimate portrait into this relationship between the suspect's roommate and the suspect himself, with him repeatedly calling his roommate, who is transitioning, calling him my love, and I want to protect you, my love. So it was this duality of someone who the attorney said not only jeopardized the life of Charlie Kirk and the crowd, but was doing it in front of children, which is one of the aggravating circumstances of this case. And on the other hand, he was...
Oh my gosh, ABC, what a romantic love story.
God, man, you just don't hate these people enough.
How does this person still have a job?
I don't know.
And I love how, one, you're literally gushing over these romantic like messages between the shooter and his roommate, his partner. Oh, my love, I want to protect you, my love. Oh, yeah, that's what some dude says to another dude. You people make me physically ill.
And I'm just gonna say,
how does he have a job?
How
do you still have a job after that?
Graham, I was gonna ask you if you agree with me, but I don't really care. I'm just gonna say it anyway. Right now, in America, and I don't mean like because of the outside world, I mean inside. Right now, it is much harder for me to be a Christian than it is for you to be a lunatic. And I mean on a personal level. Like, y'all have no idea how much we are really holding back because of prayer, and when people are praying for us, y'all have oh man, stuff like this, it's so hard to be a Christian.
Let's go to Gutfeld on the death penalty. And there's a lot more disgusting stuff from the media that we're going to play, and it's going to be rough to watch. So hit that like button, hit the share button. This is not this one. Let's go over one more. I want to go to Gutfeld. All right, let's just let's play it. Go.
I love this guy.
And this is going to be a learning experience, not just for the people who saw this coming, but for the people who have to reconcile their role in this. You know, he said some hatred can't be negotiated with. Well, where did that belief actually come from? It sounds really familiar. You know, if you designate the other side as Hitlerian or fascist, why would you negotiate with them? We said that many times. This rhetoric has been part of the Democratic media industry complex for the past decade. They believe that they didn't have to debate us because we were deplorable. If you remove, or irredeemable, if you remove debate, the only thing that's left is violence. It's the most regressive act you can imagine. This was the product of mass hysteria that then cemented into a belief. And we need to end it. We can't let another one of these things happen. And that means confronting the people that actually still believe this. I think you do need the death penalty for this, because this could be a sanctioned evil. You see people treating Luigi like a folk hero. Why does that happen? It could happen again. We need mutually assured destruction. If you take somebody's life, we're going to take yours. And this is the time for it. Also, there's an amazing contrast here that gets rid of the both sides argument. After Floyd, you had sanctioned riots for 3 months. You had dozens dead. After this, you had vigils, you have mourning, grief, and justice. You know, we don't label people evil and then sanction their death. You know, our response is through the courts and by the law. Everything flows from that. Conservatives and Republicans have been called square forever because we're so hokey about law. Why didn't we riot? Because we don't like doing that. We inherently believe in law and order, and we expect that in others. So this is the right way to do that. I just want to end on this. His rhetoric, which is derived from the Democrats, has done the Democrats irreparable damage by exempting them from debate. They never had to prove the validity of their ideas. All they had to do was implement them, watch them fail, and then demonize the critics. Now they've reached the end point. This is the end point. They have demonized to a point where an innocent, brilliant man died. But now they also have no policies because they never had to debate. They never had to prove their worth. They have no ideas. They have no meaning. They have no value. They're a soulless whole after relying on this demonizing rhetoric to carry the load of their party. Without it, it's just an empty abyss.
It'd be interesting, Kay, to see how the media covers this trial.
Pause.
Or if they cover it.
I think that's a great job that Gutfeld did there.
Dude, he's been killing it this week.
All right, I want to go to all the CNN clips, Todd. Find me all the Montel Williams, everything like that.
Really? Do we have to?
Yes, we have to, because this is the media, and this is what the media is doing.
You want to start with Cornel West, or you want to go straight to Montel?
I don't even know what Cornel.
Well, he was on Piers Morgan, got pissed off, and walked off stage.
No, let's just go to Montel.
Jack let him have it pretty well.
I just want to go to Montel because this was stuff that came out late last night that I couldn't quite put it into words. And here we go. Whenever Todd's ready, we're just going to play it, and just prepare yourself, because it's pretty insane, actually.
Definitely.
I don't know any other way to say it other than that.
Yeah, here we go.
All right. Let's play it. Just whenever you got it pulled up, let's go to it. All right, here we go.
Can we, for 1 second, understand that as we continue, Scott just got all angry, got real mad. Face it, it's got to be this, it's got to be this, it's got to be this. Why can't we have a discussion about how long is it going to take for us to figure out a way to come back together?
Just to be clear, I am angry.
Can we just let him finish
I
his
am
thought,
angry.
Scott? I'll let
Because
you talk.
I knew it.
Scott, I'll let you talk in just a second. Go ahead.
Could we spend as much time figuring out how we bridge this and come back together again? You know, I used to have a note on my producer's desk when I did my show that was said, we don't belabor what happens, we try to figure out why it happens and come up with solutions. Right now, all we're doing is belaboring what happened over and over and over and over again. We're not going to sit down and try to figure out how do we stop it. If we
You
want
got
to
to go
stop
after left-wing terrorists. That's actually exactly the conversation we're having, is we're acknowledging there's a problem.
So anybody who disagrees with you is a left-wing terrorist?
Absolutely not, but if they target a conservative and murder him in brutal fashion, he's probably a left-wing terrorist.
Let me answer your question.
Yes, that person is a murderer.
you said-
We can all acknowledge that.
You said I am angry, and I'm just telling. I am channeling the emotions of millions of conservatives who are angry. They knew Charlie. They loved Charlie. They viewed Charlie as a mainstream conservative Republican voice who talked about issues that millions of Americans believe. He also talked about his faith. And he did it by going to college campuses, which are not normally hospitable to conservatives, and offering his opponents a microphone to have what we always say.
In support of what? In support of what?
Civil discourse.
Not only that, but support of the First Amendment.
And
he
guess
made
what?
sure that people had an opportunity
guess
to
what?
stand in a room and talk.
He was murdered trying to do what we always say. Why don't we talk to each other? So yes, it's not even been a week. So you're going to have to give us a little grace on being angry about somebody who did what you always say that we should do. Let's talk.
We didn't
And he
get
got
much
killed.
grace over,
And he got
more
killed.
than a week's grace over
So-
2 Michigan elected officials who were murdered? Did we give, was it 3 weeks before we decided to say that there was something wrong with Speaker Pelosi's husband being hit in the head with a hammer?
By a homeless drug addict? I mean, it was terrible that happened. This is not the same kind of case.
Yeah, that's not even the bad one.
That's not the worst part. Here comes the
Yeah, here we go.
what are we doing here?
Yeah, this is
all
the
right.
one. This is the one, I think.
Oh, okay. Yes. This
Yeah.
is Montel saying that the killer is essentially some righteous person who was wanting
he was just in love.
who was in love with someone, and who are we to dictate who people fall in love with? And his actions were actually a sign of love for his lover that isn't accepted in society. Just play it.
But hear it? I think he also, I don't believe he was motivated politically. I think this was motivated emotionally. I think this was a emotionally stunted person who literally, when I say it this way, just hear me, tried to defend his significant other, not trying to defend some ideology.
But although I do think there's clearly an ideological difference. That's why I played about what they said about the family. I mean, the ideological difference that he was reacting to wasn't just Charlie Kirk. It was also maybe his dad. I mean, his father was, according to him, MAGA. So
Could his father
that conflict was there, clearly.
But this is a young man who's dating a person in transition. And I'm a conservative father, and I could hear it.
Pause.
I think he also...
I'm finding it hard to find the words to say
what I really want to say.
The evil mindset that you must hold, the soullessness of your soul that you must have, to try to empathize and sympathize with an assassin that murdered a man of faith and dialogue in front of the whole world, and you're trying to say that we need to be kinder to the killer, because the reason he actually did it is because his daddy was MAGA and his parents didn't approve of him sleeping with his transgender boyfriend.
Yeah.
And Charlie Kirk was a conduit to society that isn't accepting of his transgender lover. I hope that everyone on that panel that didn't immediately rebuke Montel Williams is fired immediately. I hope that Erica Kirk and Turning Point USA sue every single one of them into the ground. I hope.
Can I just mic drop that statement for a
Yeah.
second? Can I just mic drop that statement? Okay, Montel. All right, his dad, Tyler's dad, obviously told him he didn't approve of his relationship. He was never going to approve of his relationship. My question, Montel, is why is his dad still alive then? If it wasn't politically motivated, if it wasn't hate motivated, then why is his dad still alive? I mean, it's a lot easier to get to daddy than it was Charlie. It's a whole lot easier. Okay, so no, like he picked his target. He stalked said target. He studied said target. He made a plan. That's not a crazy person. That's not a love-stricken, griefing person. No, that's not it. No. That's an individual that planned this out meticulously, fueled by hate and your insane ideology, and now you're throwing the victim card because you just killed Captain America, and now you got to deal with the rest of us. And you're playing the victim card because you know and you see, the air's already getting thinner because you can feel the storm coming. Sorry, your victim card's not stopping it. It's coming.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm running out of things to say, and I owe it to you guys to do the show. I do. I owe it to Rumble to do the show, and I don't know. I'm people keep telling me that like right now, like now is your chance to like help heal the country, and now's this and now's that, and then but this garbage just keeps coming, and it just keeps piling up, and it just keeps this, and it just keeps that. And then like Todd said, one of the things that I think all of us that do this are also having to process simultaneously is it wasn't just it was Charlie. But they view every single one of us the exact same way.
Yeah.
Every single one of us are less than human. And if they get the chance, they will kill us. And if they kill us, there will be people dancing and celebrating over the fact that we are dead and gone. And because we do what we do, and because people are public figures and all this other kind of stuff, everybody's going to have an opinion, and everybody's going to say this, and everybody's going to say that. And I, and maybe everybody else isn't having as hard a time as I am, but I'm having a hard time wrestling that. And A, even doing the show right this second, but B, not just wanting to say what I really want to say. And what I really want to say, for clippers that are going to clip it, this is just me saying what I feel, not what I actually believe at the moment. What I really want to say is, you want a war? Fine. Fine. We'll give you a war. You want to you really want to go there? You know not what you ask for.
For real.
That's what I really want to say. To all of these churches with weak leadership, I want to say that I will burn your fake, weak institution to the ground. I will end every single one of you. to every person that is using this opportunity to sell their own freedom Charlie t-shirts, you disgust me. You do. You disgust me.
Yep.
You disgust me. You disgust me. You can go to charliekirkstore.com right now.
Charlie Kirk Show Store.
Whatever.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's the real one. I think that's somebody trying to mess with it. It's charliekirkstore.com is the real one. charliekirkstore.com is the real one. Why? Why do we need to buy the Freedom shirt from somebody else that's not Charlie Kirk's own store that made the shirt in the first place? Why?
Thank you.
Why? Why do we need to do that? Why? You disgust me. You just go, we're going to give the proceeds to the family. How do we know you're going to give all the proceeds to the family? How do we know that? You disgust me. And what I don't understand is I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And I know we got to raid defense if we haven't already.
We have.
And I know I'm sorry about here's the truth, guys. I don't feel like it. And you want me to be honest with you? You want me to be real with you? If we're already premium, Todd, let me know.
Not yet. Hold on. I'll get there though, so you can.
If you're not already a premium member, I guess now would be a good time.
Yeah, it's fitting to get ugly in the
to come on because we're gonna have the after show and people can call in.
No, we should be there now.
I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Like everybody's like do the prayer, Graham, before you go premium and all this stuff. Here's the thing.